that essentially the RBI has tightened lending norms for stockbrokers to curb leverage in the capital markets, and it goes into effect from 1st of April. Avinash, let me bring you in on this and get your reaction to the move. Do you think this is a knee-jerk reaction from brokerages, or would you be looking more closely at the kind of cuts that we're seeing today on capital market stocks?
No, Abba, I think this is a knee-jerk reaction because see, finally getting margins from the brokers is going to make the capital market more safer for investors. And I think any measure which is used to strengthen the capital market in the longer term is definitely a welcome. My sense is in the short term, the smaller brokers or the smaller brokerages are going to find it more difficult. And there could be a lot of consolidation in the broking sector, typically in the financing sector, which caters to the investors or traders in the markets. So I think larger companies like Novoma or for that reason Angel One or typically a Motilal Oswal, definitely if they correct significantly, I think it would be a good decision to actually look at them, because typically what we find is that business does not get impacted. Large clients do understand the new regulatory measures. And I think this dip should be used to accumulate here, in these kind of companies. But yes, in the short term, there could be a little bit of negativity, considering the fact that this is definitely something which market was not expecting. But slightly, I think in the next 2 to 3 days, you could expect a bounce back.
Okay, so Avinash here saying don't panic when you're looking at those cuts on the screen. But that's really the story this morning. And let's see how we see these stocks recover possibly later in the day. But right now, Angel One, MCX, BSE, all down about 6 to 8%. BSE, in fact, close to 10% right now. Nuvama Wealth is down 2-3%. We've got a few of the others also in the red this morning as the markets react to those new norms. All right, on the earnings front as well, Avinash, let's get a view from you on any specific stocks that you're tracking. I want to bring up Ola. I'm not sure if you're looking at that one specifically, Avinash, but there are a lot of investors who have been watching the stock and it's just been weakening constantly. In fact, now we're seeing revenues half, losses continue to remain elevated. The stock is down 6%. It is a cause for concern for those invested in Ola.
No, I think, Abha, you're absolutely right that numbers have been extremely disappointing. I think the markets were expecting some sort of turnaround after the positive management commentary post the Q2 numbers. But I think, numbers have not been coming. And I think the biggest problem for Ola is that they don't have large cash. As of now, the company continues to be loss-making. And I think, if volumes don't grow, I think it's going to be a very big negative surprise for the company. I think already the stock has corrected from 55, 60 odd levels to roughly 28, 29 levels. And I think at these levels, the commentary from the management post the conference call is going to be very important, because markets want to know exactly how much more pain is left. So I think as of now, investors can only hope that probably the fourth quarter could be a kind of a revival quarter, but definitely margins look quite negative. And I think fresh investment, I think, needs to be, put on hold. This is a management which has always given high promises but has not delivered. So I think that is something which is going to go against the stock, until they deliver and perform.
Absolutely. It's going to require a little bit more than commentary now to get the markets to continue to have that conviction when it comes to Ola's trajectory. And they are potentially looking at some kind of stake sale in the battery business. There's possibly something on the anvil. But currently, the stock is just showing, a lot of losses. And really, right, I'm just trying to look up the numbers. Loss of 490 crores in Q3. And its revenue also declined 55% from the previous year and 32% sequentially. So not heartening at all. And we'll wait to hear a little bit more from the management there. Okay, Avinash, from some of the other pockets of action, let's take a look. We've got Orient Tech as well. The stock is up 8%. We've got Torrent Pharma up on earnings. We've got GMR as well. So some of these are actually moving on earnings. Sorry, Orient is actually down 10%, pardon me. That's another one that's reacting really badly to numbers. Again, reporting 14 crore in the quarter ended December against a profit of 12 crore in the previous quarter. Sales down 4%. Some of the earnings that have come out this time, not the likes of an Ola, but some of the others are not so far from market estimates, but have still got hammered. So is this some kind of a re-evaluation that the market is doing, or do we read further into the numbers? Is there some kind of weakness that the market is anticipating in the economy?
See, I think coming specifically to Orient Tech, I think it's a small IT company, and my sense is, AI is going to actually disrupt the smaller players more. I think it won't have any significant impact on larger players like TCS or Infosys. So I think, the markets are a little worried that in case AI comes in, then what could be the kind of strategy from these managements? And again, the profitability jump in the third quarter was on expected lines, but was not something so great. So I think
Okay.
that also added to the disappointment. I think markets were looking at slightly better numbers. And overall, I think AI is not going to disrupt only the IT sector. It could also impact the manufacturing sectors because AI is definitely going to be used as a very good tool to cut down cost, to boost the productivity. So a lot of sectors like automobiles, aviation. I think you could look at a lot of companies in the next 2 to 3 years which could look at AI as a facilitator. So I think this is going to be a little challenging period in the short term till the time the
Okay.
market doesn't realize what is good and what is bad for any specific company. But I think clearly IT is going to be in a problem at least for the near term.
Okay. So clearly, Orient Tech is losing ground on the back of the IT theme, given the earnings are weak but not terrible.